Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Another Nights with Ping. Good to see everyone in the chat. It's the last 10 p.m. show, the last one. From tomorrow will be not. What is going on with my microphone? My microphone looks bizarre. You guys are going to have to tell me if you can hear me. Oh, there we go. That's better. What on earth? How's everyone in the chat? Sorry about that. The gain was turned up like crazy loud. Uh, I I hope everything's all right anyway. It looked a bit weird. Yes, it's the last 10 p.m. show. Trish is back tomorrow night, as far as I know, which means the end to the 10 o'clock time slot for this channel. Will no longer be going at 10 p.m. I don't know what time we're going to go till or at, but we'll see. It might be 9 p.m. And other than that, it's been a lot of fun. Thanks everyone for being here for the last month or so. And will continue to grow, hopefully. I was a little disappointed. We got to 546 subscribers last night, and then either YouTube unsubscribed someone or they unsubscribed. It's a little disheartening. So please check your subscription status. Apparently, 35% of people who watch this channel are either on replay or live are not subscribed. So make sure you check your subscription status because you may not be actually subscribed even though you think you are. All right, let's get into it. There's a lot of stories tonight coming out and we're going to talk about them. This one in Arizona is very sad and you hate to see it, but we're going to go through it in a second. I don't have too many updates regarding the explosion from yesterday, although they do think they know who was in the house at the time. And he has a very checkered history with paranoid conspiracy theory type stuff. And, they're still trying to sort it out, I think. Zelda says she gets a lot of subscribers from shorts about anything. I'll have to do a short. Haven't done one yet, but we may be able to do one at some point. All right. Let's see what's going on. There we go. Hey guys, good to see you. Where's my hand? It's over here. And next to me here is my co-host, Mr. Orange. Mr. Orangey. He's over here hanging out with us. He does all sorts of input and very hot takes on true crime. He has very good answers. All right, let's have a look at this one. Oh, we didn't say hello to everyone. What am I doing tonight? Kathy Lynch was here earlier. Danny Mitchell, the chat celebrity. James Avery was here. Hey, James, good to see you again. My friend Laurie Go Cowboys is here. My friend only until the 49ers play the Cowboys. Then we're no longer friends. Catatonic was here and Marilyn Landis was in the chat. Hey, Marilyn, good to see you. Sean's back. Hey, Sean, good to see you. I was a little worried about you. Uda's here. Hey, Uda. Laura G. And Candy Williams is here. Woos and Robin Lane. Kelly in Texas is over here. Who else is here? Flying DJ. Hey, DJ. Good to see you, buddy. I'm just trying to see and catch everyone. Zelda. Gamble is here. Tina Lucille is here. Laura T. I think we got everyone just about. That's that's okay. Okay, everyone's multitasking. That's okay. You can multitask all you want. All right, let's have a look at this story because I think it's incredibly sad. I think we can all agree that even though we might not agree with how people live their lives, we shouldn't hurt them because of it. It says here, 3 men associated with a street gang were charged with first-degree murder after they planned to kill 30-year-old Bernardo Pantaleon more than a week ago. On Saturday, Phoenix police arrested Leonardo Santiago, 21, Manuel Carrasco Calderon, 21, and Jose Rodriguez, 20, in connection with Pantaleon's homicide, which occurred on November 25th. Court records state that the three were associated with the Northside 15th Avenue street gang. I've never heard of them, but maybe they have rap artists like the LA ones. I don't know. They discussed and planned his murder in group chats on social media, calling it a mission. Santiago shot and killed Pantaleon on November 25th, while Calderon assaulted his body further with a knife with brass knuckle handle, according to court records. Rodriguez was present when the continued assault took place. Phoenix Police spokesperson Sergeant Phil Chris Krinsky told the Arizona Republic on Monday that the detectives were looking at multiple angles as to why Pantaleon was killed. It says here, Pantaleon's body was found the next day just before 12:30 p.m. Phoenix police responded to Mountain View Park near 7th and Cinnabar Avenues for reports of an injured person. When police arrived, they found Pantaleon dead in a desert area of the park. He was partially under a small tree and appeared to have been shot multiple times. According to court records, his body had been mutilated with a sharp object after he died. Police identified that he had significant injuries to his head, neck, and torso. Medical personnel officially pronounced him dead minutes later. Pantaleon's family told police at the scene they had not heard from him for at least a day. Court records show using Snapchat, they realized that his last location was at Mountain View Park. As the investigation progressed, investigators found that Pantaleon's phone was off and missing, and his bag with personal items, including his makeup and Mexican passport, were also missing. According to more court records, Pantaleon mostly communicated through social media, specifically the Messenger application. His family gave investigators his spare phone that had the application on it. As the investigators went on, the family and their neighbors told police that Santiago was the individual believed to have shot and killed Pantaleon. On November 30, Pantaleon's family received 2 photographs via Instagram, one of him dead with an unknown person flipping their middle finger, and another of his mutilated body. Detectives found that the profile belonged to Rodriguez and obtained court records through a search warrant that found a group conversation between the 3 defendants and others, which indicated that Pantaleon's murder was not random. They're saying here court records show that a group conversation on social media between members and associates of the North Side 15th Avenue Street Gang discussed robbing and killing Pantaleon. Yeah, that's the only way I can pronounce it. Investigators determined that this in part because of certain aspects of the profile usernames and how the individuals repeatedly referred to themselves as a gang. On November 25th, Santiago stated in the chat that he was going to get Pantaleon that night. Other members of the chat, including Calderon and Rodriguez, reportedly asked for updates and asked for photo and video proof. And it says here, a few days after Pantaleon's murder, court records state that the defendants talked about how the news was covering the story and made some derogatory comments regarding Pantaleon's sexuality, stating that homosexuals were not allowed in the North Side. On Saturday, Santiago, Calderon, and Rodriguez were arrested. According to court records, Santiago told police in a post-Miranda interview that he knew Pantaleon and initially said that he had met him about 6 p.m. on November 25th. Santiago said he knew Pantaleon was murdered, but he did not provide other details. He told police he knew about the Instagram profile and the statements and plans were made about killing him. It's really gruesome that they basically targeted him because they're a bunch of macho idiots patrolling their north side of Arizona, apparently, and that no homosexuals are allowed in the north side. There's a photo of the man who was killed. Um, I mean, I know he's very flamboyant. You can see it with the eyeshadow and the big lashes, but I just leave people alone. Who cares what they do? Does it affect you in any way? I mean, it doesn't affect your life, and if you don't agree with the way they live, that's fine, but you just don't involve yourself. And look what happens now. Now your family is not going to see you. You've killed someone. They are going to be missed by their family, and you've destroyed the rest of your life too. You know, this very silly, very stupid, a waste of life on all parts, as far as I'm concerned. But Bernardo Pantaleon, 30, was found dead on November 26, 2023 at Mountain View Park in North Phoenix. It's very, very horrible. I hate seeing stuff like this, you know. I get there's a lot of outrage. There's a photo of his family with where he was found and a marker. I mean, we could go more into this, but there's so many pages of stuff. It says here, the family believes he was targeted. Yep, I think we believe that. Pantaleon's friends and family believe he was targeted, a victim of a hate crime because of the brutal nature of his death and sexuality. His cousin said they cut his stomach open. She said that Pantaleon had no clothes on and that the defendants had tossed him on his side. He was brutally attacked and there was a trail of blood all over where they had found him, meaning that he had to try and run for his life and try to get safe. He couldn't make it. So he tried to fight for his life and tried to run, but he died, unfortunately. Pantaleon's family said he was a proud member of the gay community, said he embraced and loved who he was by wearing glamorous clothing and by letting his hair grow out. Pantaleon said they did not know how he got on the park trail. She said that he had left his apartment on November 25th and said he'd be back, but he never returned. His family doesn't know if he was picked up and taken to the trail or if he went there willingly. The loss was tough on the family, they said. Pantaleon served as their rock for those he loved, especially his three siblings after they lost their parents when they were younger. There you go. See, you've robbed a family of someone they desperately needed in life to help guide them through life and provide them stability. And that's the saddest part about this. And, you know, we can all just get along. Stop all the macho bullshit and just, you know, live your own life. It drives me crazy when you hear stuff like this. Uh, let's read some of the comments before I go crazy. Danny Mitchell says, I was a probation officer in Phoenix. Never heard of this gang. Hey, Nancy S., good to see you. I want to put that on the screen. Hold on. Let me see. Mr. Danny Mitchell. Mr. Danny Mitchell says, I was a probation officer in Phoenix. Never heard of this gang. Yeah, I can't say it's one I've ever heard of either. It's probably just what they consider a street gang, which can be anything and named anyone. So could be anything. I don't know what that's about. Romper room, apparently. Is Beth B here? Oh, she is. Hey, Beth B. Good to see you. I'm just trying to see if anyone here. Yeah, Zelda says only God and God alone has the right to pass judgment on anyone. We never know what someone is dealing with. Hate is not of God, is demonic. Yeah, it sounds about right. I live my life by staying in my lane and not annoying anyone else and, you know, just concentrating on my own stuff, what I've got to deal with. You know, it's horrible. Marilyn says homophobic issues. It sounds like it. Tina says, I cannot wrap my brain around people who do not accept anyone outside what they consider normal. Exactly, right? I mean, who makes those determinations of what is normal? I mean, people might think we're not normal for um, liking true crime. They'd be like, they're just freaks who like true crime and death. So we could be targeted for you know. I have no idea. Hey, Cheryl, good to see you. Danny Mitchell says they're going to have issue with prison gangs, especially if they consider themselves some sort of outside gang. The inside gangs might actually have an issue and get them while they're in prison. Sean says perception is reality. This is true. Tina says you're way too young. I am. I am so young. 40 is so young. I feel old. Trust me, I do. Um, let's see. Emily Narb. Says, right, we're all just people trying to make it. Exactly. Stay in your lane, concentrate on what you have to deal with, and life will be much easier for everyone. Uh, oh, way too young for romper room days. I have no idea what that is. I know, actually, Mrs. Ping was saying her mum wrote into romper room and got her name on the mirror, a mirror for her birthday one time. Is that right? It's a mirror that you can get your birthday put on it or something. So that's all I know about it. I don't know anything else about romper room. All right. Let me see if I have something else on Mr. Pantaloon, Bernardo Pantaloon. Oh, they're going to do that thing where they don't let you copy. All right, hold on, everyone. Pantaleon, that's the way I would pronounce it. Here, let's go here. Come on, page, please load.
Court documents reveal shocking details surrounding the death of 30-year-old Bernardo Pantaleon.
Yeah, police say 3 members of a criminal street gang have been arrested in connection with Pantaleon's murder over his sexuality. Fox 10's Lindsay Regas joins us live tonight at police headquarters after speaking with family.
Right now, family is working on a memorial and a balloon release. Bernardo's cousin describes him as brave and beautiful. He says although the 3 suspects have been arrested, it's still not enough.
For everybody first before himself. And he was just so brave. I envied him for that.
30-year-old Bernardo Pantaleon's cousin, Juan, describes him as vibrant and full of life.
We were proud of him for living his truth. But unfortunately, now that we know, and this is the most heartbreaking thing, that is what cost him his life.
Pantaleon's body was found November 26 at Mountain View Park in North Phoenix. 3 young men were arrested. Police say they were all members of the Northside 15th Avenue gang. 21-year-old Manuel Carrasco Calderon, 20-year-old Jose Rodriguez, and 21-year-old Leonardo Santiago. They face felony counts including first-degree premeditated murder and assisting a criminal street gang.
We're glad that the guys were caught, but it's not enough because they're going to go to prison for these 2 things and not get what they deserve.
Court documents reveal Santiago shot and killed Pantaleon. He admitted to killing him because the victim made an unwanted advance that made Santiago uncomfortable. Detectives say the 3 men made remarks about, quote, homosexuals not being allowed in the North Side.
He ultimately shot the victim multiple times, killing him, leaving him, returning an hour later with his co-defendant, Manuel Carrasco, whom then mutilated the victim's body, causing the most grotesque injuries that one can imagine.
Investigators say Santiago then took photos and videos of Pantaleon's body. Police say Rodriguez sent photos to Pantaleon's family.
It takes a real special sick individual to mutilate a body, then take photos of it, and then send it to friends. I mean, I don't care if you're 18 or 50. If you do stuff like that, I mean, there's only one place for you, and that is prison.
And also offered to hide Santiago. Juan says he is heartbroken, knowing the person he looked up to for being himself was killed for that reason.
They targeted him because he was gay. They killed him because he was gay. They then proceeded to dump his corpse in the desert because he was gay. Then mutilate his corpse again because he was gay. Leave, come back, cut him up some more, take pictures of it, and post it on social media saying gays aren't welcome in the North Side. yet they are only being charged with mutilating a corpse and murder. It's not enough.
Bernardo's family has set up a GoFundMe page. You can find that on our website, fox10phoenix.com.
That was courtesy of Fox 10 Phoenix, and yeah, I mean, I could see how the family would be angry not getting a hate crime charge on that. It definitely deserves it. And people are saying in the chat that it is a death penalty state. Well, they might get it, especially because of the severity of their actions. I mean, I could see the jury voting for it. I mean, targeting people based on their the way they live their life and their sexuality is abhorrent, and we need to send a strong message that it's not okay, and that hopefully the justice system will dish it out. Maybe it'll send a message to other, little gangs that want to, patrol the north side and act all hardcore and stab people because they're gay or whatever. It's maybe they can see their big brothers in prison and be like, oh, maybe we won't do that because we'll end up just like them, and maybe we'll be in a, you know, what do they call it? The needle in the arm that kills the murderers. Maybe. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on this one. I'd like to see how the court case transpires for it, and maybe we can get a resolution for the family, because they must be beside themselves. Danny Mitchell says it's a state that uses the death penalty because there is a difference. Some states have the death penalty. You can get the death penalty, but they don't actually do anything about it. You sit on death row for, 50 years. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I would like to see that a charge added. I mean, it's not just you're targeting a race or something like that. It can be also because they are gay. We already went through this in the 70s and the 80s. So I'm sure America had their own uh, gay killings. We did down here. There was a lot in Sydney. There's a whole bunch of gay murders that were targeted towards them in the 70s. And I feel like, haven't we moved past that? So, yes, we will definitely follow this case. Actually, I'm gonna add it to my Google alerts. So if anything changes, we will be able to get that information. All right, let's move. There was actually an Amber Alert that came out, and I was going to tell you about it yesterday, and then was it yesterday or today? I think it was this morning. I'll show you. Amber Alert discontinued after Beaumont teen found. That's a good thing. It says here, an Amber Alert was discontinued Tuesday for 14-year-old Serena Ferrin, who reportedly went missing Monday night in Beaumont, Texas. The alert, which had become active about 5 a.m. on Tuesday, she had last been seen on foot wearing a green jacket, white tank top, and pink pajama pants in the 150 block of Charlotte Drive at 7:30 p.m. on Monday. The alert was discontinued at 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday, and apparently she was found. So Serena is back home with her family, safe and well. I think that is a great outcome, and so glad we don't have another child to be like, where is she? It's been 5 years, and yeah, she made it back home to her family. That is always the greatest thing to see in true crime. I love seeing people head home to their families. Nothing makes me more happy in true crime. Hold on, I'll put this up. Zelda says they better hurry up and fire up old Sparky if Lori Daybell is executed first. The lights will go dim. She may very well get the death penalty in Arizona. Is she facing DP in Arizona, or we don't know yet? Hold on. I hadn't read anything about that. She was extradited to Arizona. We know that. She made it to Arizona a few days ago. I'm just trying to see if there's anything about the death penalty for the Arizona charges. Maybe they haven't done it yet. Oh, okay. The other charges against her carry a life sentence. So I don't know if she will face it in Arizona. I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But I was going to show you something about her making it down to Arizona. Let me see if I can find it. Here. Lori Daybell back in Arizona, booked into Maricopa County Jail. Lori Vallow Daybell is facing multiple homicide charges in Arizona after she was found guilty in Idaho. I don't know if this will play, but we'll see.
Lori Vallow Daybell is back in Arizona, and this time she's in custody.
Mm.
Here's video of the so-called Doomsday Mom being extradited from Idaho and booked into jail here. Daybell is already convicted of killing her 2 children in Idaho. Now she faces 2 more conspiracy to commit first-degree murder charges in Maricopa County. 12 News journalist Erica Stapleton is live in the studio. And Erica, you've been covering this disturbing story for years now. How did we get to this point?
Yeah, Tram, this has been a long time coming, and it's a really long story. But the crimes Lori Vallow is accused of here in Arizona happened more than 4 years ago. But she wasn't charged with them until after she was already booked in Idaho on murder charges. Lori Vallow Daybell booked into Maricopa County Jail. This video, provided by the sheriff's office without any sound, shows her being processed after an 18-hour extradition drive from prison in Idaho.
She'll be isolated in a high-security area, the Estrella jail.
Vallow is already serving 3 life sentences in Idaho for killing her children, Tylee and JJ, and also her role in the death of Tammy.
I don't know if it's just me, but did you notice that she's like smiling and smirking about being like in Arizona? She's all like, "Oh, I love it here. The weather's great. My hair's going to look good." The hell are you smiling at, woman? Like, everyone knows what you did, and now you're back in Arizona to face the music for what happened to your husband. Why are you acting all like, "Oh, it's a holiday down into the, you know, nice hot climate to get my hair done and sit in the jail"? No, you're back here on murder charges. I mean, a conspiracy, not full murder. Yeah, I don't get it. She's all like, "Oh, it's great here. I love being in these chains. They're so cold on this hot day." Robin Lane says she's always smiley, pisses me off. Yeah. Look how beautiful Tammy was. I know, what a great photo to pause on, right? What a lovely woman. It's a shame her life was ended by her husband, who was a complete, I think, a narcissist. I think he believed he was the hero in his own story, and he, kept writing his own main character adventures, and he was the main character. So, Nana Lana says she's a narcissist witch, 100%. Kathy Lynch says she is smiling because she has a heart of stone. I know, right? "Oh, I'm just here because I killed my kids and my new husband killed his wife. What a great day to be here. Oh, I love seeing all the reporters." Jesus. Vegemite Smile says, "Hello, everyone. I just got caught up. I've been reading chat and want to say what a wonderful group of inclusive people here." Hey, Vegemite Smile. Hope you and your family are doing a little better. Hey, I Hate Mornings. Good to have you here. All right, let's watch a little bit more of this.
Tammy Daybell, her husband Chad Daybell's first wife. As for the charges in Maricopa County, she's accused of conspiring to kill her former husband Charles Vallow, who was shot and killed in Chandler in July 2019 by Lori's brother, Alex Cox. She's also accused of conspiring to kill her niece's ex-husband, who was shot at outside his home in Gilbert in October 2019. He wasn't hurt, but Lori's brother is also believed to be the shooter in that case too. He's considered a co-conspirator in these cases, but can't be charged because he died in December 2019.
Well, this is a relatively moderate-sized female, what kind of a threat can she be? She is as much, if not more, of a threat to the harm of others as any other dangerous criminal we've had in our custody.
Sheriff Paul Penzone said they sent 4 deputies to extradite Vallow from Idaho. They opted to drive rather than fly due to weather concerns. They didn't have any issues and said Lori Vallow was even chatty.
So I understand that she was very sociable the entire trip, talked quite a bit.
She also asked the judge some questions during her first appearance after she was booked overnight.
Are those cases going to be combined, or are they going to be done separately?
Well, they are 2 separate cases.
This moment, Lori Vallow in Arizona custody, something Kay and Larry Woodcock have been waiting for.
Anything that comes out of her mouth is a lie.
Kay is J.J. Vallow's grandma and Charles Vallow's sister and just wants justice.
Anybody who suffered loss at the hands of an evil person like this, and I pray that they'll find peace.
We will stop it there. I just wanted you guys to see the new footage of her in the jail and the court. You know, happy that it's all starting to come together. It felt like for a little while there, we weren't going to get any resolution and that she was just going to keep running. So happy to see her back in Arizona facing, you know, her real, you know, sentence. She's going to have to do time in Idaho, time in Arizona. She'll never see the free world again. And Catatonic says, I found Web Sleuth while following this case. That's pretty cool. Danny Mitchell says, shame on Chandler police. You know, I think that's a very twisted story. And when you read the affidavits for the first one and the second one, I think it paints a picture that, at least for a little while, Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell and their ring of people were in control for at least a while. And it just took the police a while to figure out what was going on. I know they had been told, and I know they had people like the husband who was killed. He said to them, she's crazy. She's talking about this 104,000 or whatever, and that she's a goddess and all this. I know, but I feel like, yeah, if they caught on a little quicker, they may have been able to save at least the kids and maybe her husband. But at least they did it in the end. I feel like it sucks because more people died, but at least they got there. I agree, Danny Mitchell. He says, if I shot my brother, I'd be in jail right now. I don't know how they manipulated the police around that, but I think they sort of pushed like a DV angle, and then they said that he was protecting her, and it didn't make. If you go back and look at the what she actually said to police, none of it makes sense. It really doesn't. She's all like, "Oh, I wasn't in the house at the time, and then my brother shot him because he was angry and lunged." It all made a bit. It just doesn't make a lot of sense as a timeline that she was under threat. So I'm just glad that she's getting it now. But I agree 100%. There was a few different people who could have spoken up earlier, and people's lives could have been saved, including Tammy, including the kids, and possibly her husband too, Charles. I mean, it's very possible they could have saved all of them. Yeah, 100% Nancy. Nancy says Alex would be dead if Charles actually hit him with a bat. I think I heard that he played baseball, like almost professionally at one point. That dude would have taken your block off if he actually hit you. Like that guy apparently had like a monster swing. So I can't imagine he just had like this tiny little bump on his head. He's like, oh, look, there's the mark. And everyone's like, is that a pimple? That doesn't look like a mark from a bat. Is that something like a whitehead that you popped this morning? It doesn't look like a bat hit you. So I 100% agree with anyone who says there's a possibility that lives could have been saved. I've been saying it for years that not just the police, there were other people that could have spoken up too and possibly saved people. If people had been a bit more forceful or a bit more brave, could have happened. Danny Mitchell says Charles had no criminal record and Alex did. Yep. Yeah, I can't remember what Alex was originally done with. You'll have to tell me, Danny. I can't remember. But he had something on his record. Nancy said yes, and he was still very fit. Yeah, he was a very fit dude, right? He would have easily broke your skull if he hit you with a bat. Yeah, I would have, we can't go back in history now. We'd be just doing like a revisionist history if we tried now. All we can do now is hold people accountable and keep talking about it. Don't let it die. Keep talking about the injustices that happened. When he tells Joe Ryan, that's it. Thank you, Beth Serrano. I forgot all about that. There's like a million details in this particular case. The documents that I like are the ones from Arizona, which detail basically everything that happened with Melanie and her husband, and they detail the stalking and Alex stalking him. I think if you read those ones, they give you a great insight into how they operated. And to me, that opened my eyes to everything, to just how thought out and connected they all were. And I know that came out before the trial, but yeah. Danny Mitchell says, "Who do you all think offed Alex?" I think it was his wife. That's what I think. I think it was her. I think she may have put something in his food or his drink or something like that. Chad Hunter says, "Marilyn, I hope you get as fast as you." I don't know what that means, but hey, Chad Hunter, good to see you. It's the only thing that makes sense to me anyway, Danny. Kathy says, "How long were the kids missing before someone reported it?" It was the Woodcocks, right? They were the first ones to cotton on to like, the kids haven't been talking to us and we want to speak to the kids, that type of thing. I can find out. Give me 1 second.
Lori Vallow Daybell is back in Arizona, and this time she's in custody.
All right, we're back. I just wanted to type it in. Showing, yep. Just trying to see if there's a date. Is it this one? 58 days? Let me see if I can find the exact thing. No, it's not in this article, unfortunately. Maybe someone in the chat knows. But I'm pretty sure it was Kay and Larry that were very, very suspicious that why wasn't JJ calling us? Why couldn't we video call with him? Why won't he come on? Like, apparently the last time they spoke to him, he wasn't allowed to speak to them for very long, and he was told to get off the video chat. So 4 months, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. If people are saying 4 months, that sounds about right. Yeah, let me refresh this. There we go. 4 months. Emily Narb says, "I forget, but it's like months." I feel like we've heard so much about this particular case that it starts to get a little bit blurry, because unless you're looking at it every single day, which I'm not, you sort of forget little bits of details here and there. And for me, I do. Kathy Lynch, yeah, Kay be calling for the welfare checks and hired the PI. Yeah, they called that welfare check, and then overnight, after the police had visited that townhouse where they were living side by side, they just disappeared overnight and like packed all their crap and even left stuff behind and just took off. That should have been the first clue that, like, something was really wrong. I think it was for them. I think that was a big indicator that something. And then her lying, saying that JJ was in Arizona with the friend, and he wasn't. And then she was mad that she was asked to lie to police for them, and it was a whole thing. The catatonic, the timeline, yeah. Nancy says, I'd hate to be her son waking up to all that. I know, right? Those people, the Woodcocks, they are amazing, the work they've done. And if you watch that documentary that CBS, is it CBS? They did, and it follows them throughout the process. I mean, I don't know how they did half the things they did at their age, and, you know, just they really are strong people. They did so much to make sure Laurie and Chad were held accountable, and that police listened to them. They did it so much, so much. I could have so much respect for them, you know. All right, let's get off bloody Laurie. We can talk about Laurie all night. I could talk about Laurie for 10 hours. I could, but we got more things to talk about. Now, if I can find it, sorry. Ay. All right, here we go. IMPD searching for missing person. Detectives with the IMPD Missing Persons Department are looking for 29-year-old Cassandra Richardson. Police in Indianapolis are asking for the public's help in locating a missing woman. Detectives with the IMPD Missing Persons Department are looking for 29-year-old Cassandra Richardson. She was last seen on September. She was last seen Saturday, December 2nd, in the 700 block of Eskenazi Avenue on the west side. Richardson may need medication or medical attention, police said. She is described as 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing 125 pounds, with brown hair and blue eyes. Anyone with information is asked to contact IMPD at 317-327-6160. There's a photo of her. It's not a great photo. Where do they get these photos from? A license or a booking photo? That's what that looks like. It looks like a booking photo. But there's her. There is Cassandra, and they would like the public's help in locating her. So I hope they find her. And let me see if I've got any more information about her. Let me see. Where is her name? There it is. There's not a lot of links for her. Only a couple. Fox 59 also has the story, but they don't seem to have much else either. About the same amount of information. It looks like just a local bolo. Be on the lookout for this woman. So if you live in the area and you know Cassandra or you see her, please contact the IMPD, and she may need medical help, apparently. I don't know what that means. Does that mean she may need medication, or maybe she hurt herself? Or I know they like to say that when a pregnant woman gives birth and then runs off, they'll say she needs desperate medical attention and that she should come back to the hospital. So, but I don't know if that's the situation here. They didn't say anything saying that she was pregnant, just that she needs medical help. So, Danny Mitchell says, did y'all tell Moonlight View I was subbing for her? Yeah, she's probably just doing something. It's all good. She is not chained to be here. She can take a night off whenever she wants. It's okay. She's just a volunteer. She helps out when she can. That's all. All right. Oh, that's a good point, Danny. I didn't think of that. Could be diabetic. That's a good point. She could be. So if you know her or you've seen her, there you go. There you go. Make sure you call it in, please. We want people to get back home and get the help they need. We don't want people to be found dead somewhere. All right, and where's our longer story? Oh, Wooz sent me something. What? Hold on, guys. What is this? Hold on. I give up. I've got too many links. Stop. There we go. All right. Uh, Woo sent out William. Is that how you pronounce that, Woos? William. She says, U.S. man arrested in connection to religiously motivated William police massacre. Oh, in Queensland. The Queensland police massacre. Oh my God. Oh, did they arrest that guy? That one that was, he was sort of like their spiritual friend in the US, that guy with the nose ring? I hope that's who you're talking about, Woos. Anyway, Woos sent me a link. It's about, we talked about it a while ago. There was a police shooting in Queensland in Australia where a husband, wife, and their brother sort of became doomsday preppers. They basically shot police that came to their property to check. They just came to check on them, and they killed them all. And they were really brutal about it. So that's interesting that they have arrested a U.S. man in connection with the police massacre. I'm just trying to find out a little bit more. Here, man arrested in Arizona over the 2022 shooting of police officers Rachel McCrow and Matthew Arnold and civilian Alan Dare in Williambilla. A man has been arrested by the FBI in the state of Arizona in connection to the shooting deaths of two young police officers and a civilian neighbor. The 58-year-old was arrested near Heber Overgard, northeast of Phoenix, on December 1 U.S. time as part of the investigation into what police have labeled a religiously motivated terrorist attack. These were the two police that were killed at the time. Very young police officer on this side. She was, I think she was not even, I don't think she'd even been in the force that long. Very new out of the graduate program. And here's the other one. Very, very sad. In a statement, the QPS, which is the Queensland Police Service, said the coroner and the families of Constable Matthew Arnold and Constable Rachel McCrow and their neighbour Alan Dare have been briefed on the developments, as have other officers who were involved. All three were killed on December 12, 2022 in a siege in the rural Queensland community as Stacey, Gareth and Nathaniel Train, who police say subscribed to a broad Christian fundamentalist belief system known as premillennialism. QPS and a representative from the FBI are expected to provide more information on the arrest this afternoon. It comes after the Queensland Police investigators from the Ethical Standards Command and the Security and Counterterrorism Command traveled to the US to work with local law enforcement and the FBI. If we get a press conference while we're on, we will definitely play this. Give me 2 minutes. I want to see where that press conference is coming from. This is a big deal. Give me 1 minute, guys. Actually, I need a drink too. Give me 2 seconds. Fluffy Muffin, yes. They are the people you are thinking of. Yeah, huge deal, if we can find it. Kathy Lynch says, did you cover the exploding house before I got here? We covered it yesterday while it was happening. We did the exploding house, like 20 minutes after it actually happened? We were live on the air. We watched the video of the big house go kaboom, and right, Sean says the woman was married to one brother and had hooked up with his brother. Yeah, originally she was boyfriend and girlfriend with the other brother, and then later on in life, she married the other brother. So they were sort of keeping it in the family. They, it's a bit, not kosher. It's a bit weird. I mean, I'm sure there's other men around. Do you need two from the same family? I mean, it's a bit weird. I'm just trying to see here if we can see a police briefing. Trying to see if I can get a link. Because if they have arrested a USA national, that is a huge deal. That means they might try extradite him to Australia, which would be, it's not heard of. It doesn't happen that often. We don't often extradite people from America to here. I mean, we can, but I don't think it happens all that often. Who is doing the police briefing? I think it might be on ABC News, but I'm trying to find a time. Hold on. I'm going to have to check Twitter because they probably put it on Twitter and I can't see where I am right now. Let's see. Come on. Apparently there is another article here. That was one of the videos that they shot about that they posted online. Just trying to see if we find any information about who is doing the live stream. No, I don't see it. So if you remember this, when they did it, it was really brutal. They actually set fire to the bushland to try and smoke out one of the police officers. And she was surrounded by fire. And it was lucky that backup came and saved her. She was in a real spot of trouble. Danny Mitchell says, I am with Miss Trisha. I'm not calling it X. Yes. Hey, Leisha. How are you, Blue Moon? Good to have you here. Gambler says, okay, Woos says they haven't set a time yet. All right, then Woos, keep watching ABC, and if you see that they're gonna do it and get the press conference going, let me know, and then I can flip it to ABC News so we can watch. Thank you, Leisha. That's very kind. EDM Leisha. Hey, Blue Moon. Good to have you. All right. Gambler says there was a press conference today for the exploding house, but they didn't say a whole lot. I know there was a Asian man who was associated with that property. There was a lot of random information that came out last night about who he was and the kind of stuff he was into. He was into conspiracy type, like the government is tricking you and they're out to get you. There's spies that live next door, and he was into some pretty quirky subculture, anti-authority type stuff. All right, let's get to another story, and we'll wait for this press conference. All right. Says here, camera captures pure evil mom slamming 3-year-old son's head into asphalt, killing him. A 3-year-old boy died in Maryland on Sunday shortly after his mother was reportedly filming beating him in public. A Hartford County police officer who was driving in the area reportedly spotted Gloria Hughes, 37, holding her lifeless son and called for backup. The toddler, Jason Garcia, ultimately died in hospital from a skull fracture, according to WUSA. A day before the toddler's death, his father contacted North Carolina police about his son and Hughes heading to Maryland amid a child custody dispute. That day, the toddler was admitted to hospital for possibly eating a boriatic acid suppository. What? WUSA reported. Okay. Hughes and Garcia were seen leaving the hospital hours before surveillance cameras at Self Storage Plus in Bel Air allegedly filmed her repeatedly slamming his head into the ground. Garcia did not move for more than an hour after that, according to WUSA. WBAL reported that a resident saw Hughes with a crying baby a day before the slaying. Hughes allegedly told the resident not to worry about it and drove off. In addition to the fatal skull fracture, Garcia reportedly suffered road rash on his face. Hughes is charged with first-degree murder and child abuse resulting in death. She remains jailed without bond. What the hell? Is there another link for this woman? What is this? Hold on. I was just trying to see if there was a video for us, but... So he had reportedly a large skull fracture that ultimately led to his death, and that she's been charged with first-degree murder and child abuse. She's in custody at Hartford County Detention Center awaiting processing. Detectives say there are no other suspects involved in the child's death, nor is there an ongoing threat to the community. There's no video, unfortunately. What's her name? Gloria Elena Hughes. WBAL. Okay.
Gloria Elena Hughes is charged with killing her 3-year-old son, Jason Garcia. The facts in the case are horrific to everyone, including residents, the prosecution, and police.
It's just heartbreaking. It's, if there's evil, that's pure evil. That's pure evil when you see something like that, and it hurts all of us.
According to investigators, it happened Sunday in this self-storage business parking lot. Police charging documents indicate Hughes was captured by business surveillance video attacking the child. The details so disturbing that Oliva News is choosing not to report them.
This is a heartbreaking event for the town. We're a small town. It's difficult for all of us. It's difficult for all of the public servants that were out there.
Police charging documents reveal a day earlier, a resident encountered Hughes with a crying baby. She reportedly told the person, "Don't worry about it," and drove off. Investigators determined the 3-year-old had been in the emergency room after ingesting a boric acid suppository. An off-duty sheriff's deputy spotted Hughes walking in the middle of the street.
I found the lifeless child and the mother. They began resuscitative efforts on the lifeless child. They were not successful.
During her bail review, Hughes sounded confused. She couldn't tell the judge what day it was or why she was even there. The prosecutor described the facts as horrific, heinous, barbaric, and unfathomable. The judge denied bail and ordered a competency evaluation.
We work hard for every case to bring it to complete closure, but for something like this, we're working extra hard to make sure that justice is served.
There you go. You heard it from the WBAL. Kathy Lynch says they have named the man in the exploding house as James Yu. Yeah, his name was all over social media yesterday. Like, an hour after it happened, and so were a lot of his chat logs from his live streams. And he was saying some really bizarre stuff like the government is going to trick you, they're here to steal your stuff, and very paranoid beliefs. Look, the government isn't to be trusted all the time. They're there to be checked by the citizens of the country, but I don't believe they're deliberately spying on you all the time unless you warrant it for some reason. I mean, we can't live that much of a paranoid life. Just trying to see here about this shooting. Queensland police confirmed on Wednesday the FBI arrested a 58-year-old US national in Arizona. Yep. They're expected to provide more information on the arrest Wednesday afternoon during a press conference at which Queensland Police Assistant Commissioner Cheryl Scanlon and FBI Representative Netanya Mann were to speak. So it sounds like more details about who is going to be speaking at this press conference are leaking out. Danny Mitchell says guy stabbed and killed a security guard at Macy's. Oh my god. Why would he do such a thing? Hold on, everyone. People are sending me stuff. Okay. All right. I'll see if we can get this press conference before we go, but we may not be able to. Hold on, everyone. What? Zelda, what did you buy? Zelda says, I'm back now. Bought a Harvest Right freeze dryer. What does that do? Ah. Kathy Lynch says, I couldn't find his name yesterday. I must be a bad sleuth. No, just not looking in the right places. His name leaked pretty quickly for some reason. I think people were able to look up like tax records or something like that. Wu says Queensland is an hour behind us here, Ping. It's only 2 p.m. there. You would think they would have the press conference probably 3 p.m. That's when they normally like to do their press conferences. All right, we have a choice. We can stop the stream now. We can all go have a break. And then once the press conference goes live, I'll come back and we'll watch it together. Or we can finish up and then I'll be back tomorrow sometime before Trish or after Trish, and we can talk about it then. Whereas I'd say it's probably going to be at 4 p.m. here, yeah. Gambler says his writings online have been removed. Oh, did they? They removed his social media, did they? That's not uncommon. They tend to do that in big cases like this. I'm just trying to see what everyone wants to do. Presser watch party. Okay. All right. Let's wind up here, and then as soon as it goes live, I'm gonna start another live stream straight away. You guys can go in the chat, and then as soon as the press conference goes live, I'll start the live stream. Okay. So we'll come back. It'll probably be about an hour. So I'll make the new live stream as soon as we get off here. And then you guys can look for the link on the main page. Okie dokie. All right. Look for the new video. Yeah, the chat will be open, and then we'll be back in an hour, roughly an hour, and then we'll watch the big press conference about the arrest in the USA. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a little while, okay? Thanks for being here. And hold on. I just checked this before we go. No, that's okay. I just didn't want anyone to. I didn't check all night. I was like, oh, if someone sent in a donation, I don't want them to be like, Ping doesn't care about me and didn't say anything. But it's all good. I'll see you guys in an hour. See you later. Thanks for being here tonight, everyone.